Alright, I think we're live. That was a tough intro there. I was like, first time using OBS there. I'm getting a little nervous. Thank you for coming. Live CVO Narrative Episode 8, DJ D Double is my guest here. First off, sound. How we sounding? We sounding good? Mic sounding good? Everything sound good?
I hear you.
All right. That's it.
Can you hear me?
I can heard you, man.
Okay, good for you.
Okay. There it is, Mr. Ray Distor on the chat. Hey, so real quick, before we get started, I definitely want to introduce you guys. Probably don't need any introduction. My special guest, besides my son walking in the background, DJ D Double, Violator All-Star. I can't even list all the accolades, right? I think if we started going down the accolades, we might take the whole hour. But you know, again, to give you the premise of the CVO narrative, it's transparency about my life, my challenges, my network. I'm just sharing everything. Obviously, my wife back there, she's out there. We're live. She's folding blankets. This is how real
Jamie.
it is.
Hi, Jamie.
But I also want to, share my network and share my experiences with them and their sort of successes and failures, because I think it's useful to everybody to learn and grow from all of these experiences. So I'm gonna actually turn this light on because there you go, brighter. So with that, I do want to lead off with when I met Dave, and I'm trying to recall.
Let's see if yours is the same as mine.
Man, so let me think, right?
Let's see, because I thought of it today while on the toilet.
Did you?
And I totally did.
So I'm trying to think, right? When we met, it wasn't a party then, or was it?
For me,
for you it was.
So it was a party.
It was.
Yes.
And it wasn't a house party. Was it a club?
No, it wasn't a house party nor a club. It was a school.
A school. Damn it, school. Oh my God. UIC?
No, close. Not close in distance.
U of I.
But no, that's further. Let's stay in the city.
Crap. Loyola.
Yes.
Loyola.
Okay.
Was it the Kiko incident?
Yeah.
With the 40?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my God, man. Oh no. Okay. All right. I guess we'll lead with that story, right?
Sure.
The first time I met D Double,
my God,
I just moved here. From California. Now to give you background for those who don't know me.
Wait, you first moved here, horde as hell.
Horde.
You were so horde.
Oh, so horde. So sincere. So like, I remember I just moved here, and shout out to Rod Doliente. He was the guy that sort of brought me out, right? Because I didn't know anybody, so he brought me out to this Loyola party, and it was it Kappa? What was that group? That college group? It was
Kappa,
one of the Asian Kappa Asian group, right? And I remember I walked in, and fresh out of Cali. I think I was wearing like khakis and a white T-shirt with like white Vans. Dude, I look like a cholo. For real. And I rolled up. I remember I rolled up in this party, and so Rod's introducing me to people, and he's introduced me like to Kenny and those guys, Kenny Noble, Brian Naharo, like those cats from the suburbs. So we walk into the party, and I think Dave is spinning actually, and I forgot exactly what he was spinning, but
I don't know either.
We walked in there, and then Rod introduced me to Jonathan Makalinga, and Jonathan and Freddie.
Six
pack. Those guys that were back there by the DJ booth, they were drinking 40s, brown bag 40s. And I remember Eric or Freddie, right? Freddie was like, "Oh, you want to hit this 40?" I'm like, "Yeah, word." He hands me the 40, right? So I'm drinking out of the 40. Out of nowhere, somebody slaps the 40 out of my hand, like gangster too, like just slapped the shit out of the 40. It just fell, like beer everywhere.
Oh God.
He said, "Why you drinking my 40, homie?" And I was like, I turned like, what the fuck, right? So anyways, we won't get into the pleasantries that were exchanged afterwards, but luckily there wasn't a big fight. It was just a lot of yelling and posturing, but that was it. So that was the first time I actually was in the presence or met Dave. And what year was that? That was 97, 96?
Boy, I have no idea. Frankie just came back on the scene.
Yeah.
You just got there.
Yeah.
So that was the time.
It was two alphas trying to make their way.
Two alphas that never that haven't been in the scene coming to the scene
Yeah, man.
at one time.
Strong.
Yeah,
Just coming in strong too. Like,
horror.
but yeah, that's the first time I met Dave. I remember that. No,
Yeah, that was it.
And the rest is history, right? 2019.
And then we lived together.
Yeah, then we had an apartment together. We had what else did we do? Hey, thanks for the sub, Floho Gaming, man.
Hey, Flow
My
Gaming,
man,
love you.
big tweets, baby.
Hey,
What's up, Christian?
Kid Chris, hey.
Christian, we should tell that story too, huh?
Okay.
But yeah, so then obviously knowing each other on and off, I think the history behind there, and I'll save it for the next
Yes.
episode, which I'll announce the guest because that story kind of relates to the next guest in episode 9.
Yes.
But you know, we fast forward and we started sort of hanging out and kind of being. I was kind of adopted into that propaganda movement family, right? With Pacifics and you know, DJ Stay Nice, big shout out Ray Keano, and obviously Dave and the rest of the guys, JJ and those guys too, right? It was all like a big clique, and they sort of brought me in, and we got to be really good friends, I think. And then we ended up living together. I think we were in an apartment in what year was that? 2003, 2, something like that.
No, we had Polk and Western 2001 because it was September 11th
That's
and I was
right.
in bed. So yeah.
I remember that. I remember waking up September 11th.
Yes.
Unfortunately, from a drunken hangover. It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to work and I didn't go. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like huddled around the TV. I remember that. Like you woke me up. I remember, and I walked. You know, that's when I didn't even have a bed. I was rocking the air mattress, like in an apartment. That's how hood we were. Is the reason why I started DJing was because I couldn't pay rent. But I remember having the air mattress. You woke me up. I rolled into the front room, and TV's on, and like we're watching it happen. I was like, yo, this can't be real. And you know, back then, like you don't have like social media, you don't have all these other outlets that are like showing you this news story. So it was like surreal, right? To see like buildings blowing up and planes flying everywhere, and there's like people jumping out of buildings, like. And I remember we probably didn't say a word for like a good hour or two, just watching.
No, dude. Yeah, straight watching Channel 5.
Yeah, that's so crazy, man. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, again, it speaks back to, and not to make light of that situation, but it speaks back to like how long we got back, right? I mean, obviously, definitely not as famous as you.
Please,
you know,
please.
I've always been the other dude. Sometimes I was Rex. So people would mistake me for Rex. So they would, you know, we'd be at open mic, and then, you know, somebody would come up to me, "Hey, yo, Rex, yo, the Pacific album was dope," and I'm like, word. I'm not Rex, but it's cool.
Oh shoot!
You know, so that's why I try to like tell people, Rex is like a polar bear, and I'm the grizzly bear. So we're both bears, but just different looking. But yeah, everybody used to think I was Rex, man. He dapping me up like, "Yo, that one verse on that check, well, man, I didn't know Strike 3 could do it like that." And I was like, "Me either." You know,
Electronom process, bro.
With my electronom process. So I don't know why when I do an impression of somebody, I have to like change my voice like that. I guess it makes it a better experience, right?
Because it's real. It's more real.
A monotone instead of a monotone impression.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously all the way through Sub T and 606 and doing that was a great stretch of time. I think that was probably the funnest time for me, or most fun time, right? Was that whole stretch of doing open mic every Tuesday. Imagine we all lived in an apartment, and every Tuesday at like 8:00, and we'd all get ready. We'd all pile into the truck, either Rex's truck or your Pathfinder or Rex's Montero, with the records in tow. We'd go down to Sub, we set up, and like, you know, we'd drink it for free. What's up, Deej? Look at Deej, looking lanky.
So what up, DJ?
You know, we'd be drinking we'd be drinking like 8:00, just drinking. And then by the time open mic rolled around, you know, I'd be mistaken for Rex probably 3 or 4 times. And that's it. And so, you know, we fast.
Oh no, and then we'd go home and play cards.
Yeah, we play hearts. We play spades.
Chris, Rex, Chris Mix. Come on.
Chris Mix. We play euchre for a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, life was simple back then.
Super
simple back then, man. Like it was like we had you had your weeklies. I think you had Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
something like that. Like Tuesday.
Zentra, yeah. You had what you have Friday? I don't even remember what you have Friday. And then Saturday.
What the hell's the name of that place? Right across the street from Sub.
Borderline? No. Blue Note?
No, right next door to that. It was the
Damn, I
spot
can't
I used to
remember.
do on 2 Thursdays. Oh my god, I
Oh,
just went.
I can't remember either.
Oh my god, I
What?
went blank.
The Note?
This went blank. No, not the Note. In
No, no, no,
between the
no.
Note,
In between the
it's
Note.
on North. It's not on. Wait, it's on North Avenue, next to Borderline store.
Yeah.
Shoot, really? How can I
Yeah.
forget
You
that?
see, because
That
you
was my.
old, bro. That's why I can't remember either.
Okay, fine. Damn
Yeah.
it, what was the name?
Debonair?
No.
No,
Keep
not
going.
Debonair.
No, that's Milwaukee. So Debonair's Milwaukee, North Avenue.
Oh
Dang
my
it.
god, I can't remember. Holy crap.
Thursdays at. Oh my god, I went blank and I'll
Big
remember
Nasty.
it.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, heck no.
That's
No.
big ups John C. That's John C's spot, right?
Yeah,
Big
heck
Nasty. Yeah. Oh, gosh, I remember that.
Thursdays, Big Nasty.
Thursday, Big Nasty. Well, I mean, so again, just our relationship spanning there, and really, this is where I kind of want to touch on, because I didn't really even know you prior to that in terms of how you got to being a DJ.
Right.
I've always known you as DJ D Double, right? I've always known,
Right.
even though I know you as Dave. A lot of people probably who end up watching or who tune in or who tune into your channel, right? They all sort of know you as DJ D Double, right? They don't know you
No,
as
a lot of them don't.
they don't know you as Dave Diamond. Controversial. They don't know you as Dave the accordion master.
No.
They only know that through the emote, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's a good spot. Let's start there.
Yeah.
So the accordion.
Accordion.
Talk to me about that.
I started playing in kindergarten. That was my first
Oh,
instrument.
Kindergarten. This is
Kindergarten.
like pre-Great Depression, like World War II. What is
Yeah,
this?
what 20s, 1920s?
Golly.
So kindergarten comes around, and
Yeah.
my parents are like, of course, like every Filipino parents, they're like, you want to play an instrument? Let's go with piano and violin. Sure, that's fine. And right when I was ready to start the class, the
Yeah.
teacher at the time was like, "Oh, we're full with piano and violin. Hey, but I have the accordion."
So it was like that was like your third choice.
It was I wasn't even a choice.
Well,
It
you got force fit into the accordion.
Yeah, so I got force fed into the accordion. I got on the accordion. I'm tiny. This accordion is huge.
Oh man.
He's teaching me incorrectly, and I'm learning really bogus. I don't really learn to read notes. I'm just playing with fingers and numbers. Anyway, I got really good at doing that. And then after a few years after that, like maybe a good long 5-6 years, I don't know, maybe even longer, happened upon a group of Filipinos on the west side of Chicago by what is the name of it? St. Angela's on the west side, North Avenue and Austin. And that used to be a whole Filipino community there before they all started migrating and moving to Lombard and Glenbard and all that. But they all used to live North Avenue and Austin, filled with Filipinos. And the leftover Filipinos there had an accordion band with an Italian accordion teacher.
Band. Is that possible?
Yes,
Like you have like multiple accordions playing?
It's completely. We had a group at our biggest. We had over 20 people playing accordion, and we toured the Philippines playing accordion. We played 4 concerts in the Philippines.
Yo, so you were like, I mean, you were famous already. I mean, touring the Philippines,
sure,
playing the accordion.
I was a freshman in college, and I was touring the Philippines playing accordion.
So man, that's great. So would you say then, like naturally before that, like would you say that musicality then is natural for you?
Music was natural, yeah, for sure. And it goes hand in hand with DJing. That's exactly how I fell into it. Like I got to high school.
Yep.
In '84, I graduated grade school, and I was in the whole b-boy scene already. I was graffitiing, I was b-boying, I was DJing, right? So I had the idea and the sense of DJing I thought it was. So here's me with a turntable and some records, and I'm just scratching.
Yeah.
And then I met Filipinos at my high school. Free Enterprise was their name. That was their group name.
Was it like a bunch of DJs?
Yes, Aaron Marsegan, Tony Santos, Neil Magahis, Dania Chanzar. I meet them, and I'm the youngest because I skipped a grade in grade school.
Damn, so you're the youngest of that group.
I was 12.
Holy crap.
In high school. So I'm a freshman in high school,
You were 12 in high school. So what?
Shout out Rainier, Gordon Tech.
You're like 2 years ahead. Damn, I was 14 when I was
Yeah,
in high school.
12?
12?
I skipped 2 grades. I was double promoted from 1st to 4th.
Damn, son. That tells you you're a
So
genius, bro.
anyway,
Mm.
and then we move on, and I'm the youngest, so I can't go partying. I don't go out. I had to practice accordion, but after school, they would bring me over to the crib, and I would watch them, and I'm like, this is really cool. They're DJing 212s records, so I'm learning. I'm just watching. I'm like, this is cool. And then they'd go eat or they'd go to the bathroom. I'll go and play with it, like just mess around. And that's how I started. That's basically it for 4 years like that until I got to college. Graduated in '88, still playing accordion. But me and my accordion homies, we're all DJing now at home. We're like, yeah.
So all of those guys, they all transitioned from accordion to DJ.
We did some DJing. Yes, a lot of us were doing DJing. Wow. Like maybe at least 3 or 4 out of the homies there, out of our accordion group, we all had the concept of DJing. We would sit and listen to BMX mixes, and then my favorite was Mike Hitman Wilson, and I'd wait for him. Once he's on, we have one turntable. It would be playing, the mix would be playing, and I'm listening with headphones to the turntable and I'm blending. That's exactly how I did that.
Yeah.
That was it. And then college came, and they were like, hey, we know you're a DJ. Like I had a new set of friends, whatever, and they started going out. And we had School of Deals. We were dancing, and we were out there.
Oh, so let's not overlook School of Deals, right?
Sorry. Yeah. School of Deals.
Let's take a pit stop. So School of Deals. Explain to me School of Deals. Again, these are all things that I heard of after becoming your friend and just heard a story. So School of Deals, how did that come about? Who was in there?
That was the School of Dollars and Bills. That's us.
Dollars and Bills.
Yeah, that was our dance crew. Yeah, that was our dance crew. And that was our handshake. Yeah, see? Right there, bro.
Oh.
Handshake, bro. Stop. Hey. So, we going to Yorktown Mall one day, and we said, man, we need a crew name. We're going to this party tonight. I think it was like LA's party at the bowling alley.
Oh.
I think. And we're like, yo, we got to get Fat Laces at Yorktown, and we're going to look so fresh tonight. But wait, we don't have a name. And it was Pat Taba,
Marwin's brother?
Me. And then, what's his name that passed? I forgot what his nickname was. Little Shorty Rock, our dopest B-boy. The name is just, I'm losing it right now. But we all went to the mall. And we're like, let's think of names. And we were like, Zippy Duckets. No, not Zippy Duckets. And then we came up with School of Deals and School of Dollars and Bills, and it stuck. And that was what we did. We terrorized the suburbs. Every cotillion, every party.
Crashing cotillion.
We were there. We were there with suit jackets, ties, and shorts.
Can you imagine that? You guys, like a crew, you crash, and then in the background you hear, and you guys are looking hard. Like,
man, then we walk away, go smoke a square. Yeah, go smoke a cigarette.
That's when you know Filipinos are gangster, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, that's how we was.
Banging in barongs, bro. That's how we do.
Come on, get some.
Hey, thanks for that, man, Flo. Thanks for the sub, buddy. You're the man. This guy gifting, giving them out. So tell me then, like when Rex and everybody else, right? When that whole, they all sort of rolled into School of Deals. Like, how did they all get connected?
Well, I was their driver, so I'm the oldest out of everybody. Duh.
You went from youngest to oldest now.
I went from youngest to the oldest now because all my connection to everybody was Ramel. Ramel's the oldest brother of Rex and Ray. So Ramel was the closest of age to me, even though he was like 2-3 years under me at Gordon, at our high school, Gordon Tech. And his little brothers, I've known them all since we were all little kids. Since they were all little kids, I was just the driver. I was the dude all the time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to teach these kids how to dance. So I taught them how to dance.
Dude, you're multifaceted.
I brought them to freaking a high school dance. It was over. Bang. They took the girls. They took the battle. They're so young looking, etc. Look at this guy. Who is this dude?
Yo, that dude's, look at him. Baller.
What the hell? No,
He needs a
no
sandwich.
juice.
Yeah,
he needs to eat.
Get him some milk.
Yeah, right.
We need some
He
milk.
needs to eat. That's what he needs.
Man, he
Need
needs
some
a
carbs.
Anyway, so so that goes on. They started dancing, and then there was the crew. Now they're the new kids on, with us. So we're like, I brought them to all the suburb parties. So all of a sudden now we got the city kids, which was me, Ryan, Rex, Ray, Coco, Bronco, all of us. We would go to the suburbs every day, go hang out with the School of Deal suburbs guys. Boom! All of a sudden we deep 30, 40 at going to a cotillion in 3 cars. Like, let's go.
Man,
Everywhere.
I can imagine that.
We were there. Yep.
Then you hear that boo woo, and then Dave starts doing footwork.
Oh, man.
Watch out.
Bam, 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 bam. No, that's my stuff right there. Come on.
So that's School of Deals, right? So then after School of Deals, obviously, spawned Pacifics at some point. Like, we can tell that story later. And then you sort of flourishing and growing as a DJ, right? I think that's the story I want to capture. Like, so when did you start getting did you become like a club DJ? Like, did you get gigs? Like, what?
So when I was DJing back then, from college on, I didn't want to play any top 40. I didn't want to play anything. I was a backpacker hip hopper.
Yeah,
I was all hip hop. I was house first and foremost, but Chicago house. But then I was a backpacker hip hop head. So forget Biggie, forget Tupac. Give me Dilated Peoples. Give me freaking damn it, who? Give me J. Rue. Give me, you know what I mean? Like, give me the deep Mob Deep. Give me the real hip hop, because that Camp Low. That's the only stuff I'm gonna play, and that's it. And so when I did that, there was no one dancing except the b-boys. All the girls are like, and then they leave, whatever. And I'm like, man, it's because we're at Filipino parties. Forget that, man. This is terrible.
Right.
So.
Oh, that was very Jay-Z of you there.
Thanks. So one of my best friends, Timbuktu,
rest in peace, Timbuktu.
He's always been. He was actually one of the homies that was in our original crew, because he went to high school with Rex, and he went to high school with Coco and them. So
West, Nels North.
No. They went to Gordon. Everybody went to Gordon.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
So Matt went to Gordon. Tim Buck went to Gordon. Like, they all went. So they all knew each other there. They knew Kamal, Tim. They knew everybody. That was it. That was the whole connection to them, right? So all of a sudden, we're bringing them out to Filipino parties. So now we're at a Filipino party. We got some light-skinned brothers with us.
Yeah.
And we got some dreadlock heads with us, and they're like, ooh, who are they now? Ooh, they're hip-hop for real. All of a sudden, we're hip-hop.
The credibility. You got the credibility card.
Yeah, we got the cred. So now, bringing them on. Anyway, with his help, Tim was always in the club since he was underage. So with the guidance of Twilight Tone was his big brother. He managed me and Tim Buck. So me and Tim Buck were under Twilight Tone's tutelage. So here's Tim Buck, light-skinned young boy.
Yeah.
Here's me, the Asian dude, and Tone is bringing us to all black parties in the city of Chicago. All black. Like, it's all hip-hop, underground. We're there. We're at Dragon Room. We're at the Sunday Night's Dragon Room. Oh my God, they used to be like, yo, who's this Asian dude? Who's this young kid? So that was the start of it. And then 2001, we were there chilling. We were living on Polk and Western, and I was approached by Craig Elliott. And Craig Elliott is the one, and it just came to my head what the name of the club was because of Craig. Divine. There it is. So Divine. Craig Elliott started coming around, seeing me at the parties, seeing me at Zentra, actually, and it's like, yo, man, let me be your manager. And then the rest was history.
That was it.
From
then
there.
You started hitting the club circuit, right? Pretty much.
Then I did every urban event possible, and then I started traveling. And then a few years of doing that, then Violator hollered at me. And they're like, we need an Asian kid in Violator. I'm like,
you see that? So let me pause you for a second, because it's interesting. You tell the story of like Filipinos. Let's touch on that for a bit, right? Like Filipinos and like hip hop and that culture. And so if you think back to like California, and I think even Quincy could probably chime in on this, right? I think California, the diversity in the culture was different. It was probably a lot more accepting, right? A lot more diverse. Chicago, for what it is, and it's a beautiful city. I love it to death. Would never change it, right? Exactly. Segregated. Like people grew up in their own little spots and pockets of where they lived. And for people in hip hop or in the hip hop scene to accept like Filipinos, even Asians, like
Oh my God.
yeah,
Oh my God.
they were like, I remember, I think I told this story that I remember every time we would do sub T, and there would always be like people that come up to us like, yo, y'all Chinese do snap, bro. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not
Close.
Chinese, but thank you. Appreciate it.
Funny story. Like the first time we all went with Tim and Kamal, we all went to the Blue Note. Not the Blue Note, sorry, Elbow Room.
Mm-hmm.
Elbow Room was the premier #1 underground hip hop Monday night in Chicago
absolutely
for years. And this was
I went there once. I was scared too.
Right. This was late 90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s. And we went in there as the only Filipino, only Asians. And there was like 10 of us with Kamal and all them and Tim. And man, like who was there? The twins were there and all these people there in the hip hop scene. They're just like mean mugging. They're like, who are these guys? Whatever.
Well,
until they heard us, and then it was over. I
think now future tense, they if you look back at the history of the Philippines, and maybe someone can correct me, right? But prior to us being colonized by Magellan, I think we were really dark, first off, right? Our ancestors, right? Those prior generations, really curly hair. And from what I remember reading an article somewhere, and obviously, if you fact check me, please do, where the Spanish used to call us negritos, right? Like, right, little black people, basically, and we had all the tats, right? Our culture was different, right? Before Spain came, and then they made us Catholic and gave us Hispanic last names, and here we are, right? So I think it's interesting that we sort of have Filipinos in general sort of have this tie-in to whether it's just music or being inclined with rhythm or having a musicality piece to it. Yeah, I really think the percentage of people, like especially just Filipinos, I think it's higher. And I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I don't see it from a different perspective. But in the same vein that we love karaoke and we love entertaining, I just feel like our people are sort of naturally entertainers. Again, that's just my observation, right? It's not truth. Yes, look, King G giving us the history lesson. Indigenous date back to the original Central African migrants out of Africa. Look at that. See,
right? That's why the Igorots were there. Aitas, yes, for sure. If you look, there's this video right now on. Did I show you that one, Quincy?
I already
showed me.
I think I showed it to you.
Okay.
It's like man, like the black dude went over to the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, it's like, yeah, man, we all had that one uncle that be thinking that he could do all this and blah, blah, blah. And then
there he is.
Yeah.
And like they're straight African. They're African, but they're speaking Tagalog.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. So and again, I think even just hearing your story, the fact that like in every sort of step of your phase where you're like, yeah, I was playing accordions, and it was a bunch of other Filipino kids playing accordions, touring the Philippines, playing accordions, who then migrated to becoming DJs, and then you all became DJs. I don't think that's something people pick up naturally. Sure, you can be a musician, and sure you can train, but I feel like you have that sort of inherent ability to have musicality, and I think that's I think a lot of people out there who are trying to be DJs should also think about that as well. You can't force fit it, right? Like you can't, just like you can't force fit somebody to be an MC, you can't force fit somebody to be a DJ. Like there's going to be a breaking point where the natural talent is going to show.
And just to add on to your thing about segregation in Chicago and is versus the West Coast and California in general. Yep. Yeah, right? Dude, like Lyle, who we had your last show.
I am of the world. Instagram.
The brother Lyle, check him out. He started Dynasty Remix, Dynasty in itself, and Dynasty was based off of
Cali lifestyle
events and Cali lifestyle. And we tried to bring that to Chicago, but Chicago is so segregated that a lot of the times they didn't get it. Like they didn't understand things.
See, why you think me and Kiko almost fought?
Right,
she came back from Cali. I came back from Cali. I was like, yo, I just came from SoCal. What is all this madness? Y'all don't do imports yet? You don't drop Civics and Integras? Oh, come on.
Man,
I'm on top of that already. Yeah. So no, it is
So
interesting the culture in Chicago versus, and obviously it's gotten way better. And I think
Oh hell yeah, for sure.
but even in our sub T days, right? Like where the whole going thing was like Chicago artists and leaving Chicago, right? Like
Hmm.
the whole thing
Oh, we used to be on that. We used
like
to be
Kanye
so on that.
leaving and like even Common like sort of taking a hiatus and leaving and not really representing
Yeah,
Chicago anymore. I think we all sort of
yeah,
experienced that with known artists also. But I think it's changed, right? I think now with the advent of like Chance and like some of the even Chief Keef to a certain extent, like just more recent artists, it seems like they're just accepting of being from Chicago. It's not, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like it's not a burden to be from here because you don't feel like
Right,
you're going to be marketable. You want to rather
right.
be from LA or the Bay
Yeah,
or whatever, right?
right.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting the way the culture has shifted in the city. But
Definitely.
with that, so now let's
Yeah.
let's go through that. So now you're a DJ, you're a regular, you're doing clubs. You
Hmm.
just got picked up by Violator.
Hmm.
So is that where your career sort of changed from an elevation standpoint? Like when you hit
Well,
Violator, was it like that was like a big move for you?
it wasn't. I mean, it was a very big move. Why at the time? So everything culminated at that time. I don't even know what year that was that they asked me to be Violator, but the year I was asked to be Violator was the same year the Cool Mix battle was going
Oh,
on.
cool
The
mix.
first one.
Yeah, you were in the first one. I remember that.
I was in the first
Yeah.
one. So Cool Mix battle, the Violator asked me to be part of Violator, and then traveling with Cool Mix as well
Mhm.
to do whatever. And I also was asked to be the lunchtime DJ on GCI
Oh,
by the then current or the then program director.
program director. Yeah, yeah.
But the issue with her, Vivian Green, the issue with her was that she's like, we need you to record mixes. And you record them because we will have you going out to schools at lunchtime and doing events and whatever. We don't have any equipment at the studio.
Hmm.
This was before what's going on now.
Sure.
Sean Mack on the radio live. Tim Buck was on the radio live.
Yep.
This was way before that.
Yep.
And I was trying to be that guy playing on the radio live. I was like, that's gonna be me. I'll come into the studio. Let's go every day 1 hour. No, they were like, no, you have to make mixes. And for everybody that knows me out there, I do not own equipment and I do not make mixes. I don't. I don't. I can't.
Yeah.
I will get bored with it. Voltaire and I had equipment once. We left it on top of our pool table,
Yeah.
and that's all it did for
Well,
3 years.
that's where you know what I'll segue there. That's where I learned how to DJ. Was on our pool table that we got from Matty G, right? Wasn't that Matty G?
From Matt.
Yeah,
That's
Matt.
Matt.
Okay, big ups, King G the Great. He's in the chat.
Hey,
Matty
Matt.
G gave us his pool table, which we never used for pool. By the way, we ate on it.
We had dinner.
We had dinner on it. It was like our community
Drinks.
table, right? We were drinking on it, and so I remember Dave's turntable. There were turntables on there, and I was struggling with no job. I was picking up odd jobs here and there, and so I was like, you know what, like I kind of want to DJ. It was just like one of those things, right? So again, this is like kind of the way we talked about musicality and just sort of naturally knowing music. I feel like I know music naturally. Like I wouldn't say I'm a DJ naturally, but I said, you know what, like fundamentally love music. So I think if I love music, if I'm a musician, then I can somehow adapt and pick up DJing. So Dave gave me all the gigs he didn't want to do. Right. That's basically the stuff that it's either like opening sets when nobody's there, or it's like the clubs where like fights happen, right? So then he puts me there, right? He puts me in that club. So shout outs to Cafe Allure. That was where I grinded out my short DJ career. Doing Cafe Allure, doing opening sets at Dentra, doing odd sets here and there, but Allure was
Bar for John.
Spy
I
Bar.
had you playing Spy Bar.
And it was fun, man. I even just getting a little flavor of that and understanding that DJ life, that club life back then. It was like that was what it was about, right? It wasn't even like practicing.
No, I never practiced because I played at the club every day.
Club. And the only thing you would do was, and this is where real DJs had talent, and not to say real DJs now don't have talent, they just have better technology. Back then, as a DJ, you had your 12s, you had your mixer, and you had to know records, right? You had to know BPM naturally. You had to know which songs would organically blend with each other, or if not, you'd have to cut them. and songs didn't have cookie cutter 8-bar intros to them.
None.
So like you had songs where you had to slap stuff in because
you
the
have
song
to make
just started.
your own breaks.
Right,
You have to make your own breaks.
You didn't have a controller that did the looping and did all the effects and the echo out, and so all of your blends, everything was like it was natural DJ talent, if I may. I think what they've done now for DJs is they've taken that natural talent and they've used technology to replicate it or to cover it up, so that now everybody can do that, which is fine. I'm okay. I'm glad that everybody's picking up DJing. It's fun. Like I have this little, I call it my little POS DJ 400, and I'm here just banging out little mixes for Mixcloud and like picking up some sort of DJ. But it's fun though. I like doing it. Like my only listener is Jamie, my wife, and I make her listen to mixes, and then she'll tell me like every 8th song, yeah, that was off. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Yes, Jamie.
Why did that song go with that? That was whack. And I'm like, okay, I have to go back and record it again. But I love it, and so this is why, like, actually, having known you for so long, and really, not necessarily DJing with you, but being kind of there, emceeing for you, seeing like how you get into your sets, and you, I will say, will coin a style of like genre mashing. I think you were open format before open format was a thing.
And right. I hate to say it, but I introduced mad people on wax to that whole mashup, rock with everything. I did that. I'm going to say it. I don't care. I did it first.
Hey,
I did it first.
You heard it. You heard it here. You did it first. No, like, I mean, I didn't know anybody. And I knew a lot of people in the scene. And I was like, I don't know a lot of DJs that do that.
I did it first. And then, but the good thing about it is I did it first and other people adapted it and took it to the next level and did their thing. Cool. They made it. That you did that, but I did it. I did it first. And
I will say, like the SWV week blend, the week blend. I mean, there's a lot. I can call them out, and it's funny because every time I hear Dave spin, if Dave doesn't rehearse his set or he doesn't prepare a set, if he just goes freestyle and he starts mixing, I know what he's blending already. That's how much I've been around him to know.
Like, it's the same stuff, but I'll flip it and mess around with y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, because I can't have it sound the same all the time.
And then I remember like so in one of your live streams in the chat, people were just they were tripping like, yo, this dude's calling out the songs. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm calling him out all the way from here because I know, like, I've known Dave that long. So okay, but so great. So and that's the journey. Like, I think a lot of DJs now like to hear that, right? They like to hear that you had to pay your dues, you had to do these little clubs and do these weeklies, and I think because now, and this sort of segues into now, like, what's your evaluation of like how hard or how easy is it to become a DJ now, especially even in this pandemic where we don't have clubs? So like, imagine I'm a guy right now, I want to be a DJ, right? Mm-hmm. And I see these DJs on Twitch and I'm doing sets. Like, how hard is it or how easy is it for me to do that and grind out a following? Is it easy? Is it hard?
It's easy. It's easy. Where the hustle was is before COVID, right? The hustle was how do you get the work? How do you stand out? How do you do whatever? And now, I think COVID in itself put everybody on the same playing field. And when everybody got on that same playing field, all of a sudden everybody helped out everybody. Like, I find this Twitch thing amazing because why? We're helping everybody. Like, literally DJs and people that never talk to each other because they were, for an easier word for me in Tagalog, it's like isang isahan, right? Yeah. Oh. They're trying to beat everybody and be better than everybody. Oh, I finna get this gig better, before him. That's my residency. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Now we're all here, so anybody can watch me if you want to watch me. I don't pressure you to come watch me. I don't pressure you to get me no subs. But you're gonna like what I do, so sub me and then be here when you can, because you have every right to move around and switch around. And I might pressure at this point. After all this is done. No, sure, of course. Everybody will in their own way, right? Yeah.
But you're right, though. It is all love. Like, I will echo that sentiment, right? Like, I think, especially the calling out like Jeff Mobby and those guys, right? Dance from Home DJs, right? All of that group of like different people from different walks, different generations. The Maxinos, you're talking about old school, right? And then you're bringing these new heads like Jason Y, right? Some of like fresher cats that have just kind of getting in the game at their generation. It's awesome seeing like the community sort of grow. I know I've been sort of implanting myself in some of these Twitch rooms as I try to grow my network.
Got to.
And I'm like, just, it's nothing but love, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't see this in the past.
Yeah.
Like you said, right?
No, definitely not.
Coming up
No.
as in the scene, as a DJ, as an MC or whatever, like Filipinos, like especially Filipino, but in general in the scene, like people would hate on each other. Like we'd be stepping on
God,
each other
it's the
trying
worst.
to get a gig and trying to rock a
It's the
show and
worst,
open up for this
yes.
person or DJ for that person. But it is, and I think this is it's very refreshing. And I think not to get political or even religious, but the pandemic in general, I think what it did do is it made everybody hit the reset button for a second, right? I think we were sort of like lost in this like sort of dog eat dog world. I'm out to do mine, I'm out to get mine, and like you force people to have to interact via Twitch, via podcast, via online. That it's crazy that now you have these people who would never have talked in the first place. Me and Jeff Mobby, like I might have never talked to Jeff Mobby. I might have not talked to anybody, right? But because of Dance from Home DJs, because of like vehicles where they're trying to get big as DJs, so I'm also trying to build my brand. So I understand that we got to build together.
Yeah.
That it's awesome that we're starting to make these, cement these relationships. So when we do come out of this, right? Because eventually when we do come out of it, there's going to have to be another transition, right? You're going to have to pivot again. The industry is going to change again. Mm-hmm. And this time, I think it'll be a better chance for more people to make it out of the pivot and actually succeed because we're all sort of building each other up at the same time. So I think that's it's crazy to think about like how it's evolved, the game or the scene, right?
Big time.
So I'm going to segue a little bit to like a little quick fire, right? Because I did have some canned questions, but I think these are things that I want to know. And I think, to be honest, if I didn't ask the questions, we could probably talk for hours. But I'm gonna hit you with these quick questions.
Awesome.
You obviously didn't prepare, so I'm gonna hit them and you answer them.
I did not prepare.
All right. Cubs or Sox?
Cubs.
Yes. Good. Best pizza?
Lou Malnati's, but
there's a caveat.
Yeah, what's his name? Bert's Pizza before he passed. So okay. Yes, but Lou's.
Lou Malnati Chicago Classic.
Yeah.
There it is. See, get the emotes. Best burger.
Hey.
Best burger.
White Castle.
White Castle. I remember Dave's order because as Dave's sort of gopher, as he's the famous DJ, I'm just the guy that carries records and gets in the club and maybe gets a spin when there's nobody there. Dave's order is 4 double cheeseburgers, no pickles.
That's one of them. Because it depends on my day. Yeah, it depends on my day. Like if I'm lazy, I'm getting doubles because I don't want to sit there and eat long. If I'm not lazy, I'm gonna get the singles, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But definitely no pickles, and a chocolate shake. If there's no chocolate shake, it's hot chocolate.
Man, and I'm telling you, Dave would put these away.
Oh yes, what Quincy? Yes.
But do you know the eating order though?
The eating order though. Oh. See, this is what Twitch needs to know. They don't know. Yes, they know I love White Castle, and they know I'm an advocate. They don't know the eating order.
Yep.
Bite of the burger. Fry. Shake.
So see,
fry shake.
That is very musician of you to keep the tempo, and you have different notes, and you're playing a melody.
Shake.
You're like bite, fry, shake.
The music of love.
Shake. Yeah,
White Castle.
The music of love.
But what's funny is the shake cannot be sucked up via the straw. It has to be top off. Drink it out the cup. So it's bite, fry, bite.
Speaking of second place, Wendy's Frosties with fries, dipping them in. Anyway.
Okay.
What is your go-to Starbucks drink?
Okay, right now it has been quad or 5-shot espresso over ice in a medium cup with 2 stevia and splash of either heavy cream or almond milk.
Did I just tell you that, Quincy? So
yeah, I gave him that question too.
Yeah, I gave him the credit. I gave Dave credit for that order because I started drinking that like 2 years ago. I think when we first talked about it, and people used to make fun of me at work. We'd be in line at Starbucks at work, and one person would order like, let me just get a tall pike, or let me, and then I get there, I'm like, can I get a grande ice quad ristretto with 2 stevia and a splash of white, a splash of heavy.
So the ristretto part is if you want it to taste and feel like
taste.
a latte.
Yeah, the taste.
Yes.
Correct.
If you don't get ristretto, it's just a straight espresso, and you down in it. That's
exactly.
it. So,
exactly.
Yes, that's it right here.
There, see, that's what I'm talking about. All right. One word to describe your DJ style.
Fresh.
Oh.
Fresh. Right now, like the DJs who are in chat are like flaring that right now. They're too clicking. Fresh. What's your go-to music genre?
Oh, see, now I got to really think about it. No, go to though house.
Yeah, like if okay,
house.
I'm gonna sprinkle a story in between the quickfire here.
Okay.
Your go-to music genre is house, and that is correct because even if you're unable to spin, you're drunk, you're inebriated. House is your that's your fallback.
Go to. Oh, I'm going to it. Yeah.
Dave's birthday at Sub T. I forgot which birthday this was. It might have been your 60th or your 63rd. We're at Sub T. Dave is wasted. Just wasted. Like, he's squinting every time I talk to him. He's squinting. I tell him, hey, the crowd wants you to, they want to hear Percolator. They're talking. I used to be Dave's like sort of music liaison where I would walk the floor.
My God.
And I would try to gauge, like, if there's like females were getting off the floor. I'm like, Dave, you got to play reggae. Play dancehall. I'm telling you, they're going to come back.
Man.
So they said, play Percolator. And so I go, play Percolator. Oh, yeah. And Dave,
Heard the story.
Dave was wasted, man. Oh, yeah. Percolator. So I'm on the mic. I'm like, hey, everybody say happy birthday, DJ D Double. Hey, we're going to break it down real quick. Hey, we're going to bring it back. Where home in Chicago has that? Right this year. And all of a sudden, Dave, he just cuts, boom, woo. Right, so the Percolator comes in. He's playing it. All the females come back. They're dancing. Everybody's jacking each other up. Good old time.
Oh, man.
Dave is so drunk, he blends Percolator with Percolator. I mean, like, he's so wasted. But you know what? People didn't even care, right? Because you just played Percolator for another 4 minutes.
I waited for the break too. I went all the way to the break.
And then all of a sudden, woo, and then he came back again. I was like, yo, did he just repeat that shit? Anyways, so house music.
House.
Best gig you've ever spun. If you could name one. I know there's so many. But if
I
you
DJ'd for Camp Low.
Camp Low?
DJing for Camp Low, being their DJ in their concerts for the West Coast leg of their tour.
I was there.
Yeah, I wish, man, I'm so jealous. That's where I was envious at Quincy, like, specifically.
To be the DJ of the group that we all grew up on, learning their lyrics, that nobody really knows their lyrics,
still don't.
Being the only ones in Chicago back when it first came out to be like all sounding and rhyming like them, and looking up to them, and then getting a phone call from Geechee Suede. Yo, D. I mean, we've been in contact, right? Like just online, but I've never met the dude, right? Whatever. And he just hits me. Hey, you want to be our DJ for Vegas and LA? You kidding? I'm going now. I'll be there. I'll be there. And that was so ill. It was dope.
Hey, but tell me who else was on that bill though.
Diggable Planets was also on that bill.
Yo,
Butterfly.
Yeah. Ooh. I had a moment, yo. It wasn't even ish. It was old girl. She was in the back in the green room with me, and she's like, do you happen to know which way to go? And I seriously went, I couldn't say anything. She was so, Jesus.
Yes.
God,
I know.
Come on, man.
Damn it.
Christ Jesus.
Here
we are.
Here we are. I got kids now. We're straight.
Here we are.
All right. Worst gig you've ever spun?
Oh, worst gig. I don't know if you were there, Voltaire. We did, remember Scotty?
Scotty.
Remember our boy Scotty, Ray's boy Scotty, white boy, Italian. No, it's
mixed?
not Italian.
Mixed?
Irish.
Mixed. Scotty?
I don't know if he was mixed, but he swore to God he was Latino.
Yeah. I do remember. Yep.
He was bro as heck, but
bro.
he was.
He's like,
but he was so pute though. Anyway, so he did a party at somebody's house, and the area was filled with, if y'all from Chicago, you know the OA's neighborhood. So we were there deep in OA neighborhood, which is off of Fullerton and something. So you on Fullerton. We're doing a house party in a dead-end street, number one. And we're doing it. We got some OAs that came into the party trying to hit the keg. There was shooting, gunfire. We had to rush out with the equipment. Me and Q are in the front, tripping in the car, like, why did we do this party? That was the worst party ever, but it was the best party ever.
And then that was, and then the second worst was Bontai in Detroit.
You know,
with
that
Kai.
was that's right, with Kai.
With Kai.
I was actually not there for that.
And you
one.
weren't there for that one. That was
Matty G was there.
Thanks, Matt. Matt.
Matty G was there. I won't go into that story because that'll take a little bit. But definitely, there was a beer bottle thrown, some mace, which I rubbed into my eye inadvertently.
In your eye.
So basically,
I lost my glasses.
You lost your glasses, and
I dove into the pile of Asians to fight.
And then Mike DeMano kind of saved us in that truck because I think he knew the dude that had the gun was outside, and that dude was gonna light us up. We were in this truck just ducking. And
6 of us.
Yeah, 6 dudes and this guy's Pathfinder, and we were just like trying to be still. And this little, I think they were Vietnamese.
Hmong.
Oh, they were Hmong? Okay, this little Hmong dude, he might have looked like he was 10, and he's in the back, and you could see him because we could see him out the back window of the truck, and he's holding a gun. He's like, y'all them Chicago cats, and we like, Mike DeMano was like, no, man, we from here, and he just took off. I was like, yo, I'd never been so proud to not be from Chicago for that one moment.
Oh my God, that was I was
like, I'm not from Chicago. I'm a hater. Sorry. Well, yeah, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Because there's people in the chat that'll probably say yes or no.
Oh boy.
Who is your Twitch flavor of the month right now? If there's a channel that you're watching, or a DJ that you're saying right now is in the zone right now that's doing it, who is it?
That I watch.
That you watch
personally.
That
I'm like we're always gotta check. I have 2.
Okay.
2 or 3 go-tos, right?
2 or 3.
Two or three go-tos, and these are reasons being very very entertaining and keeps me and Christine engaged, and we're always watching, and we're just in the chat. We're live. We're enjoying the music, etc.
Okay.
I have 4 possible.
Oh,
so
4.
number
Man.
1.
He's being PC. Dave's being PC.
I am. I'm being loved right
That's
now.
Cool. That's
but
cool.
these are the ones I go to though, for sure. The ones I go to, Bella Fiasco.
Bella,
number
shout
1.
out Bella Fiasco, Quincy.
Bella Fiasco. That's number 1. My number 2 is Chris Cut.
Chris Cut. Shout out Team No Sleep.
Hey, Chris Cut
is number 2.
Hell yeah.
Number 3 is of course DJ Furious. That's
DJ
my man.
Furious, aka
That's
50,
number 3.
aka Ferrari
AKA
F50.
50, Ferrari F50. That's number 3. And then number 4, Ryan Live. That's
Ryan Live.
That's where we go.
Yeah, Joe Coy's DJ, right? Ryan.
And then my 5th one is not a real. It's a Twitch page, but it's not a real DJ on there. It's Insomniac. So that's for my EDM side. For when I want to sit and watch, I go Insomniac all day. That's
Jeff
24 hours.
Jeff Bobby said Windy Fitty.
Windy Fitty. That's right, not the
God.
city. The Fitty.
Shout out DJ Furious though. I mean, even though he did have that whole show, it was a Chicago tribute.
He really tried.
He did.
I heard about that.
I love you, Furious. You tried so well. You did well.
You know what? I even said it. I'm like, this has got to be the best stream I've been a part of. Was that Furious Chicago tribute? Because, dude, we were fucking rolling. Like that whole 50 Cent.
Oh my God.
They beat that joke to death in the chat. Like I felt like Furious is for real. Like I felt like he was gonna for real slap somebody at some point. But he was so drunk he didn't care. He was like,
he didn't care. It's like whatever.
He's like, yeah,
it's like
man,
somebody,
that's like 50, 50 for Chicago. Yeah, you in the Furious zone, baby. Yeah, all right. He just like, oh man, that's hilarious, dude.
Oh man.
That's like somebody from the East Coast saying, "Oh, yo, man, I'm about to drop a hyphy set for y'all."
Yeah. All right. Here's backdrop.
And then here's Common.
Hey, no.
Hey.
So I guess for the DJs out there now, what is the hot song you can't stop playing right now? Like the one track that you know, like every time you're thinking about a set and it's a new track, not something old, something new, that you're like, yo, I can't stop playing this song. This song is fire.
It's so fire. It's so brand new that. Oh no, I already know it. Okay, yeah, it's called "Get Stupid" Boulot.
Get Stupid. We have to get
by Boulot.
By Boulot.
Quincy, can you pull that up? Can you see that? And then play it on here? Would that be possible?
Man, this ain't Joe Rogan.
Sorry. I was trying to be cool.
Shout out Joe Rogan someday. Somehow.
But yeah, it's Bulow, B-U with the 2 dots, L-O-W, and then the song's called Get Stupid. Look it up.
And it's not hyphy.
And it's not hyphy.
I was gonna say, I was like, yo, so am I gonna drive? Am I gonna roll my car into the garage and get out, or what? Like,
but I have played it like numerous. Well, no, maybe twice in the past 2 streams. That's lately, man. That's,
all right, Quincy,
yeah,
take that note because I'm about to figure that song out. I have to somehow play it. Not now, but whenever.
What's the U with the 2 dots, Voltaire? I know you know.
I don't know what it's called. It's a German U.
Right,
but so it would be Bulow.
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 Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to be PC, so Bulow.
Because spending 2 years in Germany, all I remember how to do is order bratwurst and beer.
And beer, right?
So it's ein Bratwurst Weiß und Weizen und Pommes frites bitte.
See?
And then when they start talking to me afterwards, I wouldn't know what the fuck they were saying. I'd just be like, yeah. That guy could have been like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah. Bulow, there it is. Thanks, thanks, Hams. DJ Hammurabi, make sure you follow him too. Another dancer.
Hammurabi.
Yeah, man.
Yee.
Yo, I first, no lie.
Who else is out there? I haven't seen.
There's a ton. There's a
oh, the wife is there. Hi, babe.
There she is, the OG.
Hi, babe.
I know, yes. I do have a new track coming out, and I'm snoozing because I just recorded it to send it back to King G. So I did write a verse. I think it's kind of booty, to be honest, but I'm kidding.
Whatever. He says that all the time.
We'll see what happens.
Come on.
No, Hammurabi, real quick, I wanted to touch on him because I just saw him spin a set on Twitch. I obviously don't know him, but I watched him spin, I think, a week and a half ago, and he was playing like underground hip hop joints.
Hip hop,
yes, you don't hear a lot.
Yes, sir.
On Twitch.
Yeah.
Automatically, I was like, sub. I was just like mashing the button because I'm like, I don't care. Like, you don't have to be Qbert or Shortcut, or you don't have to do 2-click flares and 2-click flares. I can't even say that fast. 2-click flares or crabs, or if you spin, it's about the music and putting it together, right? Whether it's your Dave and you're just all over the place, and that's what makes him genius, is he's all over the place, or it's a Hammurabi playing underground hip hop set that was so cohesive. I was like, yo, I gotta follow him just off of that. Like, that's the music I love to hear.
The crazy story is that he used to spin at Buddha after I had left Buddha, and he would play there with CJ, who's he was playing there. He was a resident there, and I found that out from after DFH, after meeting him there.
You see
I'm
this?
like, oh,
Twitch brings people together. I have to say. So I got the song, and we talked about the accordion. I'm going through my checklist of things that we had talked about. And so really, as we're starting to kind of wrap up to the end of it, I want to talk about like you giving back the knowledge, the advice, now having been in the game for a century. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. Having been in the game for a long time.
Oh, shoot.
What do you think is, like, who were your influencers then? Obviously, it was Twilight. Obviously, you and Tim coming up together.
No, tell me what you really wanted to say, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Moses, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow, wow.
In the pre-production call, me and Quincy were talking about the questions. And so when I asked the question, I actually let in with the answer. I'm like, who are your influencers coming up? Like Jesus, or you spun at the first Roman Senate when they kicked off.
Oh, my God.
You spun at the after party after they killed Julius Caesar. I mean, I was
right. I was there. That was me. Yeah.
He had blood on his shirt.
Yeah. He still had blood on his shirt. Name me some DJs like that. You the style that influenced you, that kind of molded you. Obviously, you took it on your own, but yeah.
So when I first started, of course, it's the first 4, right? The first 4 DJs that I learned ever from. Number 1 was Tony Santos. Tony Santos. That's number 1. Number 2, Aaron Marsegan. Number 3, Neil McGahees. Number 4, Donnie Chanzar. So that's the 4. That's Free Enterprise. That's the first crew I ever learned from. And then throughout the years, I picked up, and of course I'm learning from different DJs. Next big DJ I ever learned from and got skills from was Ween the Wiz Paez. Ween Paez. Right?
Ween Paez,
so,
yeah.
Ween Paez. So
he came up with my brother-in-law. Ironically, last name D'Amato, no relation to Dave.
There is, but distant.
We're
related somehow. Yeah. But yes, Ween. I was his Voltaire.
So you were the gopher.
Mm-hmm. I was his Voltaire for a long time.
Man.
After him, when it turned into on the scene, like getting house in my head. Terry Hunter, Godfather of house music,
Yes,
one of
sir.
the first few out of Chicago to play house music, to produce house music.
Yes, sir.
That was one of my bigger influences. And then from then on, of course, Tim Buck, like Tim, when Twilight and Tim, when Tim started coming up, he wasn't even 21 yet, and he was growing and building and becoming the youngest in charge, literally. And he
There's a lot of
became
that
heavy
style.
hitter, GCI, man. A lot. Tim and Twilight Tone style, I also had at one point, and that style is either you love it because you don't hear full song, or you love it because you love how fast you go through
The
songs
transitions.
and you
Yep.
transition, or you hate them because you can't finish a verse.
It's almost like, you almost can't get
It's
into a rhythm.
Like you can't get into it. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, it was all a dream. Big into something else.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're like,
Yeah.
the hell.
Yep.
But that's the style. I love that style.
I see
Fast
exactly.
mixing.
I see a lot of it.
Oh my
like
God.
even in like the earlier stages of you spinning, like where it was you play a song and like before the crowd could even
do anything,
get with it,
yeah,
you'd slap something else in, and you'd throw them off guard, right? And that's I think that's the style.
I think that's my thing. I really like messing with people's heads out there, especially in live aspects, like at a club filled with thousands of people. I love to have them singing and just shut them up at once and be like, what is he doing? And come in with a banger and kill him.
Yeah.
Like I love that feeling. I love playing with their heads. Pause. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
real quick. King G said Dave was at the spot when Jesus turned water into wine.
Hey, thank you, man.
I
That was John, bro. Come on.
He's like, I'm gonna change this water to wine, and then Dave's in there.
Yeah.
No, man.
Start the party up.
That was John. Come on, man.
Big John C. John C.
Come
was
on.
there. Yeah, he paid Dave to spin there.
He's my promoter. He was my promoter.
Yeah, back then.
Another quick story in relation to Tim. Me, Dave, and Tim were just jacked, and we went back to the loft. This was after
After going Hearts. Yeah, in Chicago.
And then I remember Tim teaching Dave. He's like, "Hey man, all right, you got to get down with this. Try this. And then Dave was like, "Yeah, okay." We were so jacked that night. We were looking at shoes and polo.
That's that's Dave's deal. That's what he's known for.
Yeah.
Dave is very influential in this polo game. Made me spend a lot of money in my 20s and 30s. And I wasn't even really a big polo head, but I was like, man,
that's
Dave,
all you have
Dave
now.
likes it. Dave, I'm gonna do it. Because I thought maybe like Dave would get successful, and I'm like, maybe I'll just do that and I'll get successful. I just buy a bunch of polo and hang around clubs when he's spinning, and then people think I'm somebody.
Bang.
As if you're somebody.
As if you're someone.
Yeah, but so with that, right? I think that was like the complete journey, right, of you. And I think that's what I wanted people to hear, because I know, again, we go back to the beginning where I led in with, people know you as like D-Double, people know you as like on Twitch, or people now know you or from the club back in the day, and I think what I really wanted to show was that side of like you coming up and paying your dues, and the difference in what you did to become a DJ versus now it's a little bit different. How DJs have to do, what they do to become DJs. But I think it's refreshing to hear that perspective, because just like we would study history, not to I'm making you sound old again, just how we have to study history and learn like from the past in terms of like how to get better for the future. That's what I think DJs should pay attention to, especially the younger ones nowadays, is to look at what you're doing. Right. Is that Alice back there? Who's that?
No,
Deja?
that's Deja.
Is that Deja? Is she spinning?
No, Deja's spinning on that chair.
No, I know she was doing like TikTok and stuff before anything. Anyways.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh God, I remember that.
One more comment from King G.
Yes.
Come on, get to the good stuff. I want to know how Dave fell in love.
Well, let's go. Since Tin is in the chat.
I know.
There's my wife.
Tin's in the chat. Tell us the story. Tell us the story when you fell in love and you married somebody much better than you.
Wow. Okay.
Hey.
So in our past life, Quincy's and I learned from Quincy to do the job of our past lives. We were road managers.
Oh, I thought we were going into some dirt. I was like,
oh,
what?
No, dirt,
not me.
Bro, no. So we were road managers at one point in time for Kai and for 6 Day, which was the group after.
Big ups, Man Crush Dre. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, hi Dre. And I never did that before, and I had to learn from Quincy.
Yeah.
And Quincy taught me how to smoke in a hotel room, and
What are you
taught
talking
me
Fabric softener?
taught me how to
What'd you
smoke
do?
in a non-smoke. He taught me how to smoke a cigarette in a non-smoking room, and showed me how to do so.
And decades later, find out that we actually got caught for it. So.
We got it caught and busted for it, from what I've
Yikes.
heard.
Anyways.
Anyway. So I was on tour with 6 Day at the time, and came to the lovely city of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And did a show for a promotion group out here called 21XL. And if you see my wife's name,
Yes.
it's Christine 21XL.
That's it.
So showed up at the spot, did the show, I DJ'd,
See?
going
That's how it
home.
starts. You DJ'd and it's
No, wait, we didn't even get to Tin yet. Tin, so happens, was banned from the club the week before. She was put on timeout. She wasn't banned for life. She was banned for like a week or two or something. And for some drinking issue. Like, she wasn't supposed to drink outside. She did, or what, something. Anyway, so her number one group was Kai.
Yes.
And Dre and Errol, the two heartthrobs of the group, were there.
I concur, by the way.
So she had to see them. So we are walking literally out of the back of what used to be known as Grand Avenue. It's a club in downtown LA. And we're walking down. It's literally like a stairwell, one of them alleyway New York stairwells.
You like roll up into the club.
Yeah,
like
that rolls and yes, and we're on like, I don't know what floor, we're going down it, and you see this girl in the parking lot crying, and we're like,
it's like a hip hop story. Okay.
We're like, why is she crying? What is going on? She is bawling because she didn't get to see the show. She didn't get to see Dre. She didn't get to see Arrow. She didn't get to see none of it. So the good road manager that I was, I was like,
there it is.
You're welcome.
I said, yeah, hey. So I said, hey, girl, what you crying for? Like, what's wrong? That's my favorite group. Is that and Dre? I want to see Dre. I have to see Dre. I said, girl, hold on, just stay right there. And I did the road manager thing. I rolled up. I said, hey, yo, this girl and her best friend, they're here. They want to see you. Come on, man. You got acapella right here. Let's go.
Man.
All right, let's go. So then they did it. They acapellaed for her.
Oh, that's it.
It's a wrap.
Hook, line, and sinker.
And then after that, road manager. And after that, we just, out of everybody, me and her just kept pen paling.
Yeah.
At the time,
kept in touch
pager bumping, and
he said pen pal.
Pen pal. See, so I moved
he's like
it.
locked up and shit. He's like in prison. That was my pen pal.
Pen pal. Oh wait, pen pal.
Like he was from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Pen pal.
Pal.
Into page above, into sidekick into two ways. Like we did that for a while, and then lost distance, lost contact, and then regained contact, and here we are.
Truth. So really, the key to your relationship is Dre. I'm just kidding. I'm playing.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, kind of though. It kind of really is, but I mean, and that's okay because, like I said, and I'll say it again, I'm very, very, very secure with my sexuality. Dre's a handsome dude. Dre's lie.
One of the handsomest.
Like I know, when I first like met him in person, I stuttered. I admit, a little bit.
Yeah, you looked into his eyes, didn't you?
I was like, "Oh, Dre? Oh, nice to meet you, man." Like, yeah, I love Heart to Heart, bro. Love that track.
Oh man.
I will say, I'll tell that story. Dre, he sang. I remember he sang Heart to Heart to me in his. Did he have a Bronco? No, he had a. What was
he had a
Chevy Tahoe.
Truck Tahoe.
Yeah,
we were driving. Me, Larry, and Dre were driving in this Tahoe. We went to Best Buy because Larry had me staying over at his crib for like a week, and he didn't have a TV in his guest room, so he went to Best Buy to buy a TV. So me, Dre, and Larry go to Best Buy. He buys his 50-inch TV, right, just out of the blue, puts it in the guest room where I'm staying. On the way back from Best Buy, me and Dre, I'm in the front seat, and I look at Dre, the wind's blowing, the hair is whipping. I'm telling you the story like it was. And I said, Dre, hey, could you sing Heart to Heart? He was like, and he looked at me, he was trying, he was like, for real? I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, legit, could you sing it? Like, I'd like to hear it live, that'd be cool. And then, like, he kind of looked at me and, like, I don't know if for some reason he had it ready. I don't know if the CD was in it. I don't know. But
It's all.
he just hit play. And then he was, Heart to Heart. And I was like, oh my God. And I
The
melted.
dome light turns on and it's red.
Yeah,
it's sparkling and shit.
Hilarious, man. So then I was like, after that, I'm like, I'm lifelong fan. I already was a fan. And Jamie knows because when me and Jamie started dating, I would play slow jam CDs when we go to sleep. Like and most of the songs, like half of them would be Kai. Be hilarious.
It's
like,
all Kai,
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
It's
So
all Kai.
hey, man, big ups Kai.
All day,
for real,
yes.
man. That a lot of sexy time for that. Hence kids now. So you see kids in the background.
Yeah.
Maybe Dre has a part of that too. I don't know.
Probably.
But with
I tried that once. It didn't work out for me.
Quincy's got.
I felt weird, like doing the business, and then like I could hear like Dre and Errol in the background. Like
You're like, they're watching me.
Watching you. They're watching you. So with that, I know we're at time, so I want to make sure that we get like the stuff you need to plug, Dave, in terms of upcoming things, upcoming sets, any events.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. What do you got coming?
Catch me on Dance From Home. Dance From Home DJs. Big up one time.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
in the chat. Dance From Home chat. One time.
Yeah, remember Zimos.
Dance from Home DJs. We do Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm on the fill-in for the brother DJ Urge tomorrow night. I believe I'm playing 8:30 Central, so 6:30 my time.
6:30 your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dance From Home Wednesdays we do nightcap, so it's kind of chill.
Yeah, that's where Jason White looks kind of handsome. Like I feel like I watch him spin.
That's where Jason eats food too.
I'm a little, yeah. There's a little tingle for me when I see him spinning. Sorry.
Tingle. Yeah. So that happens, and Saturdays as well. We do the festival on Saturdays.
Right.
But that's my next event is tomorrow.
Yeah, bitty bitties, Chris. Thank you, DJ.
Yeah.
DJ Chris.
Hey, good looking. Chris, thank you.
So, and then with that, I'm also going to announce the next guest as well. So for the next episode, right? So actually, I can announce the next two. So the next two episodes of the CVO Narrative, my live stream podcast. So next episode 9 will be the Pacifics. So the Pacifics have agreed. We've met. We had our pre-production call. They're ready to go. So
What do you know?
Rex, Strike 3, Marwin, KP, Kid Planet, Norm Rockwell will be our next guest. And waiting. Oh, what you know about propaganda movement? There it is. In the hole after Pacifics. Good friend of mine, and I'm glad he's kind of helping me come up in this stream game. DJ Flipside, he's going to do an episode, so we're going to speak about his career and him coming up. And I got some other special guests coming in the 2 episodes after that, but we'll have to lock those down. But hey, I want to thank everybody for allowing me to borrow your time. I appreciate it. This is the first stream that we did off of Facebook Live, and we just did straight Twitch. And I was a little afraid because I have a big Facebook network that wasn't sure if they would come over to Twitch, but I'm glad that we kept the views up, and I really appreciate everybody allowing us to tell our stories and tell jokes and poke fun at Dave a little bit because he is kind of old, but he's still doing it OG style. Yes, thank you. Time not wasted, really. I appreciate it. So make sure you follow Volteezy Knows, sub to get the Luminati emotes, follow DJ D Double, follow QV the artist, my mod. Big ups to Quincy, by the way, in the left-hand corner there for me. My mod, he's also a talented artist. Follow him on Twitch. He does live stream commissions. Sometimes he does it hubad, so you want to catch him at the right time. So that's QV the artist on Twitch.
And if you go in and you sub him or you follow him, mention my name.
Yeah, that's it. You get a 10% increase.
Please do
in the
that.
Price. For commissions.
You will get more money. You will have to pay more money.
Yes,
Come
absolutely.
on.
Absolutely.
Do that. Let them know.
All right. Hey,
like,
Lucas.
what?
Lucas. Look at that. Look at that tank top. Come here, say hi. Oh, he's coming over here.
Ellis.
Oh, word?
Say hi to the
Ellis,
internet.
come here.
Come here. Say hi.
Ellis, Lucas is here. Come here.
Your boyfriend's here, Ellis.
Put that down. You have to say hi to your boyfriend.
Oh, here we
There
go.
it is. Say hey, girlfriend.
My
There.
girlfriend.
Hey.
Oh,
Yes.
See? Look at that. You be working out. Look at
Where's
me
your-
gain a little weight for you.
Oh yeah, she's been working out too. Bust it out, babe.
All right. Well, oops, sorry.
Why?
Hey, like I said, thanks for everyone to come out. Follow, sub. I appreciate it. A lot more content to come. I will make my debut when my PC comes. I will maybe DJ. I might have to get in there.
Bro,
And
do
a little
that
like
PC's a beast.
D double like 0.5 set. It's like not as great as Dave.
The PC is gonna be your streamer, right?
Yeah, I ordered a monster. I don't want to say too loud because Jamie's back there. I spent a lot of money. Should probably see it on the stream. But yes, so follow. Appreciate it. Love you guys. And we're out. Peace. You thought we left? Just kidding.